when you're gonna. I said, tell me when. Recording in progress.
Recording in progress. And today we are joined by Carlo Piscatello with his fancy hair.
Look at, I have fancy hair. I think I have horrible hair. Fran was just complimenting me on my hair.
But this is my hair, so
My hair is very rarely this long. Actually, my hair has not been this long since COVID.
I like it.
Thank you. This is what happens when you
Comment
travel and then
whether you like Carlo's hair or not, and whether he should keep it this long for World's Toughest Mudder next week. If you think he looks terrible, don't be unkind, because I don't
people are
accept.
going to be. Actually, you know what? If people comment, I'll be happy.
Okay, don't be mean about my hair. We know it's frizzy.
I know they're wondering. So this is season 2, episode 13. For those of you keeping track at home, and of course, most of you are. So excited. Do you realize, Fran, by the time this airs, which is Friday, the 21st.
Last weekend was Friday the 13th.
Nope.
We should have done episode 13 on Friday the 13th.
I got a tattoo that day too. Thanks, Flash Sale Tattoo people. As I always do on Friday the 13th. We are less than a week away. This is so weird. It's so weird.
It's gone from
the late
time to no time whatsoever.
Yeah. May like took off in. I was like, it's May. Oh no, it's not. And then June, I was like, first week was like, and then all of a sudden it's like, by the way, you've got less than a week till World's Toughest Mudder. So much to get to. I'm just kidding. There's not a lot to get to, but
we have nothing to get to apart from World's Toughest Mudder next week in Viva Castle.
Exactly. We have. I need you to know. Somehow, every episode where I spoke of somebody in kind of a lighthearted, kind of haha, silly, they're never going to hear this kind of way, in the last few weeks, they've all heard what I said. And I don't know who's passing our show around.
Okay,
like
let me try it.
At a bootleg tape at a concert or something. But I'm like, oh.
I reckon Jamie Dornan would never listen to this show.
No? I don't know who that is.
Very famous, handsome actor.
Oh, so what you're saying is like Henry Cavill would never listen to this show.
Yeah.
He's just here. It hurts my face how handsome that guy is.
I think he's that handsome. Do you know what?
I'm not allowed to have an opinion now? Is this what we're doing? You just said some guy I've never heard of is super handsome. And I'm like, here's another widely regarded as handsome person. And Fran's like,
well, that's right.
No, you don't get to have that.
Yeah, I said, I don't think he's that handsome. I did not say you are wrong and you're not allowed to have an opinion. I said my opinion, which differs to yours, which is the unsaid thing, is not that handsome. So
Fine.
I've recently got a new celebrity crush.
Oh yeah?
And you're going to understand how much of a problem this is to a certain person in my life.
Okay. Wait, now I hope so. Now I got pressure. Ding 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 diddling ding. So who's your celebrity crush?
I'm embarrassed because I know now the person who it's a problem to in their life is going to listen to this because he listens to every single one. He's going to be like, "Oh my God, Fran, you're obsessed." So I've never watched Star Wars. But I started getting some clips on my TikTok because I was looking for things to wear. We went to Walt Disney World and we kind of semi-dressing up. And it turns out Anakin Skywalker's a total arty.
like from the original, not the Christian, what's his name? Hayden Christensen?
Like where he's totally insane. Like totally insane. Oh. Love me an insane boy.
So I was going to say,
definitely want to be listening.
As a certified therapist, I wonder if you could unpack that a little bit and see where that leads you. I do love me the insane boys.
I love me a crazy boy.
Although I did have friends ask me one time, like, do you ever date any normal girls? And I was like, I don't know what you mean. And they're like, well, yes, you do. Because think of some of the nicknames some of your ex-girlfriends have. And I go like, oh, I'm not going to say those right now.
Do that too, because like when girls are dating and just like doing the casual dating thing,
Hmm.
boys
Hmm.
just don't use their real names. So like um they just have like nicknames. That was what I was going for.
Yes. In fairness, now these nicknames are all given to them by my friends, not by me.
They develop.
They do. They do. And then I go, "Ooh, that's really what you guys think?" And I go, "Ooh." Then I have to make a decision, you know?
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
far, they've been right. Anyway, wow. We are supposed to be talking about, well, we're just getting the adjacent part out of the way. Even my thoughts on things today has to do with World's Toughest Mutters. Um, so yeah, less than a week away. It is Friday. The race is next. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a week and a day away. The race is Friday.
well, Friday
No.
night next week is community dinner. We'll all be there next
Oh,
Friday
that's right.
together. All right?
I leave. What is Friday? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I leave in 5 days.
When did you arrive?
I get there Thursday morning. We all get there Thursday morning. Don't give me that face, Fran.
Y'all gonna be so tired.
No, that's not how it works.
Yeah,
I'll be
baby.
sleeping like a bebe on the way over there.
Okay. So you get there Thursday and then
Thursday.
community dinner and also potentially like a course preview for us. I don't think they're doing a hot lap.
Yes.
People putting up their
Yep.
pit.
Saturday morning. That's yeah. Friday morning is when most people set up their pit.
Super cool, super cool, super cool. And then race starts Saturday and we'll be there covering it for 26 to 27
But
hours.
not according to Will Hicks. If you're Will Hicks, when does the race start?
The race starts at midnight.
There you go. There you go. I'm gonna say that every time I see him when I walk by and you guys are broadcasting. I'm just gonna race starts at midnight. I'm just gonna yell it from wherever I am towards you guys.
Great thing is, there's like 3 people that will watch the coverage we do every year, including someone last year who made us stickers, which is on my water bottle. It says the race starts at midnight, and I'm so sorry I've forgotten who that was, but say hi. But a lot of people won't
What?
ever watch it again. People just won't watch it. So we can say stupid things like the race starts at midnight every year and every hour, and lots of people just won't know.
I think we'll get more viewers this year because it's not in the United States, and people won't be making not well. A lot of people who have probably gone to it in the States who aren't going are going to be watching.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And I think there's a larger contingent. Actually, I have no idea. I'm making up data, but that's okay. If our government can do it, I can do it. So
I mean,
it's going to be the best coverage. It's probably the best coverage you've ever seen. The greatest coverage. It's probably it's people say it's the best coverage.
It's bigly.
It's incredible. It's incredible. Huge, huge,
Huge.
huge coverage.
Huge.
Huge coverage.
Right, let's get
So,
into this thing, shall we?
yeah. Well, I have two things.
This is not 27 hours where we have to waste time. This is 40 minutes where we're
Not even that. I have to work out still before I go to work
being on with our
and do a quick run. Dun. I did want to say there's a challenge that has been put out to me.
There's this trend going around on TikTok.
There's this trend which I would know nothing about, so you have to tell me about the TikTok trends. By the way, when you messaged me the other day about social media trends, excuse me, I'm like, girl, I'm not going to know what social media trends are unless it's the AI generated Yetis that I suddenly started following on Instagram, which are hilarious.
No.
If you haven't seen them. Anyway.
So this is, I'll let you get back to your point in a second, but
thank you.
Me and Carlo don't often get to spend time together. I'm looking.
It's true.
And when we do, we have a really stupid TikTok with about 7 followers, and we like to make stupid social media trends. And unfortunately, it's fallen to me to find ones that we can make. But if anyone has any funny ideas, send them.
Please.
We'll do them. We've got like a week together.
Yeah, we do. I haven't seen you, although it isn't as long as usual. I haven't seen you since November, but normally it's almost a full calendar year since I've seen you. But so really quick, or as quick as I'm capable of telling a story, which is not very quick, but we don't want to be on here forever today because we've got things to do, meaning me, and you have to go to bed. Although look how bright it is outside, and it is 10 p.m. where you are.
It's 11 minutes past 10 right now. Look,
that's incredible. the people on the podcast cannot see it, but those of you on YouTube who are watching, it looks like it's either sunrise or sunset
Way
outside.
lighter than it looks.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful, though.
Yeah, it is. You'll see this in
Beautiful.
time.
So you may or not remember that over the course of a couple episodes, I challenged Michael Schutt to come race me at Tough Viking. And I was just goofing around. Like, I knew he had
ball.
I'm a little goofball. I knew he had races to attend. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Little goofball. So anyway, I was riffing a little bit, having fun at Michael Schutt's expense. And somehow that episode found its way to him. And so last Friday, I was just hanging out, having a little happy hour snacks with one of my friends, little Aaron, of course, friend of the program, little Aaron. Hey, little Aaron. And I see, Michael Schutt tags you in a post. And I'm like, I didn't think twice because I also have the OCR report Instagram on my phone. So I see a lot of those tags and I'm like, oh, it's not me. It's the OCR report. No, turns out it was me. And he had the little audio clip of where I was basically like saying, Carlo wins, Carlo wins, Carlo wins. By the way, my favorite isolated audio in the history of the show. And he messaged me and he was like, and he made a fun post and he was like, oh man, I guess I have to bow down to the better man or whatever. And I was like, he accepted defeat graciously, which I was like, not a good sport. But then he said, perhaps we can, go like double or nothing at World's Toughest Mudder. And I was like, what? You're not, no, I don't want to do, no, I don't think. And this is what we've come up with. And I don't know, of course, there's contingencies because if he's competing, then, I'm not going to try to interrupt his race. But Michael Schutt at the 20-hour point of the race. So he'll be racing for 20 hours. I'll be racing for 0 hours. He wants me to basically meet him at the next lap that he starts after the 20-hour lap. And we will race.
We'll start a lap at the same time. You on totally fresh legs. Although having been working for that,
I've been up working for 20 hours. Yes. And Michael Schutt having
incredible speeds for 20 hours and he will beat
you. Yes, for sure. In fact, just for fun, I went back and looked at the last World's Toughest Mudder where we both ran. Oh, no, we didn't run together. He wasn't there. But anyway, I looked at his splits last year. Mm-hmm. And I looked at my splits from 2021, which was also a fast course. And I found that his lap times at the 20-hour point and beyond were the same or faster than every lap I had at World's Toughest Mudder except the first two, which is when the obstacles weren't all open.
Well, that's fair. But if you know you're only doing one lap, maybe you'll push a bit harder.
Yeah. And this way I'll be able to keep them in arm's length.
It'll be fun. We need to send a rabbit round with you guys.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what we should do.
Yeah.
So now, of course, the caveat is if he's knee deep in the pain cave and he's and he's fighting for first place.
It's his race.
Exactly.
It'll be a fun challenge and something just really fun and well within the spirit of World's Toughest Mudder.
Thank you. And the other thing that happened. What happened?
I said, well done, Michael Schutt.
Oh, yeah. Somehow when I talk, you talk and they can't hear me. So, and I literally messaged him last night going hey, you want to come on with us? I know it's 11 p.m. in Denmark. And he was like, bro, I got to get up at 4 a.m. I'd love to, but I can't. I don't. But at least he at least said, hey, I appreciate it. No, so that was nice. Yeah. The other thing that was happening is you and I playfully and not intentionally goofed up our Europe's Toughest Infinity results, and we accidentally said that well, first we said Gary Andrews had won it, and it was actually Grant Thompson. Well, someone thought that was funny and then sent it to Grant Thompson. So Grant Thompson put out this series of little reaction videos of us and that episode. By the way, what a good sport. Hilarious guy. We also said he finished third in World's Toughest Mudder. He finished fourth. He corrected that for us.
Maybe this year he's third.
Yeah, seriously, Grant. Grant with the translucent skin.
Do it for Wales, Grant. Do it for Wales.
Are you gonna no? See, if I messed it, he said if I messed it up, I'm gonna get battered. Those were his words.
But if
Battered.
I, yeah, but I didn't say the E country.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
that. That would be really offensive. Wales, he'd be like, I'm not Welsh, but he's not going to be super offended.
Oh, so they kind of
It's still
the
not.
Welsh and the Scottish are like kind of like elbow
Everyone
bros.
hates the English.
I mean, you guys did do some stuff.
So technically,
Not that we're much better.
technically, technically, Yorkshire belongs to Scotland. Technically, maybe all of it or some of it, which would make sense because Yorkshire is God's county.
They
Uh,
make some good pudding, those Yorks.
but there's also like I've seen funny memes about kind of letting the Midlands and South woods be their own country, and then from Manchester, Yorkshire, and upwards become like the United Celtic Nations, and has become
Oh,
part of
interesting.
Scotland. That would be pretty great.
Would it? I
I
don't know. I'll
love
take your word for it. They can tell me all about it um,
I mean, it's
at
not
the
a
pub
real thing.
crawl.
It's just people are like we would. Scotland's like we would accept some of England as ours, but they'd have
I
to.
get it. Look at us.
Look at us.
So I only have one more little bit that I want to do, but let me tell me something that you've got. What's what's on Fran's mind as we approach World's Toughest Mudder 2025?
I keep meeting ill people, and I'm like, do you understand what's happening? Like, we've got World's Toughest Mudder followed by the Ultra World Champs in Mozzie, and it is going to be one busy heckin' week. Like, I think that's going to be like 36 hours of coverage in the space of 5 days or something. I can't wait
Yeah.
for this. So I'm mainly
I,
worried about that, and also I'm just super excited though.
yeah. Yeah.
Weird. It's so weird having it in the UK, and I'm really excited because I love the team, and it's really nice to not have to do the travel. But I also just love the travel so much, so it's going to feel weird like having it so local. But I think
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be great. I really hope we get to do a course preview on Friday because I
Me too.
really enjoy that bit. And it really helps for the coverage. I'm just super excited to see the community, to see the team here. Like there should be quite a lot of the team from the UK coming, I would hope, because it's so local. So that would be really nice. I don't get to see those people that often, and I like them. And just
Yeah.
you guys, and the athletes, and it's just going to be super fun.
Yeah. I am. Now you're getting into my thoughts on things territory, but that's okay.
Right.
Um, that's all right.
And I'm
I
having an
yeah, and
opinion.
some folks
Paulo asks me what my opinion is, and then he's like, "Don't have an opinion."
yeah don't have an opinion that closely relates to my question I'm going to ask you later. How dare you? You didn't read your show notes. Haha, just kidding. We don't have show notes.
We're
I did jot
showboating.
some down, but yeah. I think anyone who listens to this show recognizes we don't have show notes. So
That, or we're really good at acting.
Mike Stefano, though, from Obstacle Running Adventures,
Probably that kid is organized.
shouted us out a couple times. And I'll tell you what, we got, I don't know if you call it the, what is that, Obstacle Running ORA? I don't know if you'd call it the ORA bump, but we haven't had an episode in almost 3 weeks or over 3 weeks with, if except for our puzzle piece one that people may have seen on YouTube. And we actually got a good little bump in downloads the past 48 hours. And I was like, we ain't done nothing. We should do nothing more often.
Maybe that's it. Maybe doing nothing is the secret to doing something, especially when it's us.
We just need people to send to talk about us, and then people find our show and they go, "Oh my god, what is this?" And we go, "Yeah, we didn't say it was good.
We
We
didn't.
just said give us a listen.
We said come for the something, stay for the laughs, which
Stay for the
laughs
laughs."
are often thin on the ground.
But you know what? So are leaves in fall.
No, they're pretty thick.
Oh,
We get a lot
not
of
if
that.
there's no trees around. Ho ho! Oh, yeah, a lot of trees. I got a lot of trees too. We love us some oak trees in my town. All
Oh
right,
my God.
look at us go. I
Cool.
don't think, but you touched on something that I don't think everybody knows this. You and I, this is really fun. I'm so excited about this. You and I, aside from doing World's Toughest Mudder coverage on technically Friday, Saturday, Sunday, doing the brunch and then the pub crawl on Monday, you and I have a couple days, day and a half to goof around in England, and then you and I and our buddy Jack
I
Goris.
nothing.
What?
Sorry. Quotes living in
Okay,
my head. Rent free.
fair. You and I and Jack Goris
Anyone can name
are
you
all,
and I nothing and where it came from, I'll give you a hug.
you and I nothing.
You and I nothing.
Oh, I was thinking of you get nothing, you lose.
No,
Good day, sir. We all know that one, right?
no,
That's Willy Wonka.
no. Anyway, so you and I, we don't really have a day and a half to goof off. We kind of do, I guess, but it's also going to involve traveling.
But that's what I'm saying. We are going to France, well, Switzerland technically, and then France. And you are going to be a part of Spartan's Ultra World Championship uh, live stream coverage, correct?
Yes.
Jack will be taking photos. I'm going to be freeloading, so I can kind of do whatever I want.
Beautiful. It's so beautiful. You will be able to walk around, go look at the course, like see how amazing the course is, watch some of the live streams, sit in a beautiful sun terrace bar, drink yourself a little drinky drink, watch the world go by, come bring me some food, wave at me, and I'll be doing the coverage. And yeah, it's going to be great.
For 10 hours, 10-hour race ish. You're going to be doing, wow. You know who we're going to see?
Who?
Ryan Atkins.
Is Ryan Atkins actually going to be in Morzine?
I swear I saw something that said he was.
I saw something that said he was too, but I don't know if he's actually going to be. You think I would know because the event's in a couple of weeks, but I fly by the seat of my pants.
Well, there's one way to find it. I could ask him, but he'd probably be like, "Why are you messaging me?"
Stuff his mother. I'll ask him.
Yeah. But I know. Speaking of which, I was gonna say I know Michael Schitt will be there. I know. Let me ask you this, since we don't have a lot of content today, and that's okay because good thing we're cute. We got that going for us, Fran, or you do at least. I that a girl. Way to reinforce my statements. Even though we don't know a total list of athletes who are gonna be there,
I don't know any athletes.
it's okay. We still need to make. We're not going to predict the podium because who's to say? I don't know how many amazing European athletes are going to show up. What I want to do, though,
an athlete that I was so excited about being there, and he's not going to be there. I think he's going to be elsewhere, and I was super excited that he was going to race.
Well, why? Why is he not going to? What does he know? You're super excited.
I think he's doing a different event that weekend.
Boo him! Who is he? Let's boo him on the air.
A young gentleman called Dazos Gornella, who I've spoken about a few times. He's done really well at Europe's Toughest Mudder. And he
not as good as Grant Thompson.
He got like I want to say it was a 2:36 at the London Marathon.
Oh, that guy. Well, boo him anyway if he's not coming.
So it's a real bummer. I'm really expecting him to be there and to do very, very well. So
what's his first name? It's a real
Dazos.
Dazos?
Dazos. Das.
Isn't that a character in Game of Thrones too? Dazos?
You know, names can exist for different people and situations.
Oh, I understand. There are tons of Carlos out there.
And there are some Carloses.
So, even though we don't know who all is going to be there, let's do the completely irresponsible thing. We're not going to predict winners, but we are going to predict who our dark horses are. People who are probably like, maybe not everyone's first choice to podium. And all I'm saying is this person's going to be on the podium.
I don't know who's going to be there.
That's what makes it so great.
Okay, Grant Thompson.
That's a good. Okay, he's far from dark, but he is a horse.
Right.
Tell you that much. He'd be like, he's like, what do they call it? Is it an Appaloosa? No, what's like a really white horse? Because that guy, as far as white horses go, that dude's about as white as they come. He knows that. We've joked about it.
Clue.
And he might batter me anyway. But
I'm trying to look at the OCR report to see like any European athletes that might be coming, but I don't think they've.
I told him
about it.
I told him I'd get him a pint, and he said, "No, we're not doing a pint. You're getting me a." He likes something else other than beer, which is fine. I'll get him one of those. I don't care. It was like gin, something. I don't know. I don't want to insult the guy. So Grant Thompson is your male dark horse.
I mean, yeah, because he wasn't on the podium last year. And
barely. He took fourth last year.
Listen, if I knew more about European athletes,
I know
you are asking me to provide an answer with no data, and I cannot do it. I cannot pull this out of my ass.
You can.
I can't because I'm making it up.
Have you been? Have you watched U.S. politics? They've been doing it for 4 months.
Oh, and look how well that's going.
That's a very good point.
Thank you.
That's a very good point.
Do not compare me to US politics. I have far more intelligence and integrity than that.
Most of us do. It's true. Well,
Who's your dark horse?
good question. For the men, I will tell you, I have a woman too.
Yeah.
I know you. Yes. For the men, and for me, this is about redemption because I chose this person as a dark horse last year to be on the podium, and he went and blew himself up. But I think he still got 100 miles. But then again, like 77 people got 100 miles last year. No offense. By the way, that is not taken away from anybody who got
9 people got 77 miles.
Exactly. That was part of our trivia question from our episode. Joe Rucco, who I predicted would be on the podium last year, he's had a really strong year. He's doing a lot of the high rock stuff, which, by the way, have you seen all the fun? I love watching sports as they go like, ooh, this is new and hot. This is amazing. Everybody loves it. Then they have a huge event and there's a little bit of controversy, and all the people that have been like crapping on all the sports that we've liked up until then jump in on that one. I go like, there you go. Now you officially made it.
Yeah, now you've made
now
it.
That people
Everyone hates you.
Yep. Now that people hate you and they're like, this is so, man, I'm turf from the sled pull and Hunter McIntyre's elbows. Anyway, good times. Good times. Enjoy yourself, High Rocks. Actually, I don't mind High Rocks at all. Joe Rucco. He did great at the Toughest Mudder in Atlanta. He won by, I believe, a pretty wide margin. And he's done good at, I think he did an Infinity. He's had a great year. And I'm like, all right, bro, don't let me down again. And I'm going to message him, telling him. That's right. Is that a Beatles song? We had a really hot, really contested chat in our OCR report group chat one time about the significance or insignificance of the Beatles. I will tell you this much. Fran finds them significant.
I would say if I had to pick one favorite band, it would be the Beatles. And you might say, listen, Fran, that's not very original because everyone loves the Beatles. And fine, I'm not original. I hold my hands up. I'm not original. But you cannot say that they did not create some of the most exciting, innovative, and incredible music out there. And every time I listen to them, I get happy.
I think it's so interesting. And then we'll get back to my female or woman dark horse.
Dark man.
The one thing about the Beatles that where I was like, because I've always been kind of like, okay, I get it. My parents, I was basically told from a young age, like, these guys are great. These, you know what I mean? Because that's just how it was.
I hated the Beatles, hated them because they were communists.
Who hated them?
My dad.
Oh, well, different generations, right?
My mom likes them.
My parents really, really liked them. But what I didn't realize until I started watching like documentaries years later is their whole run was like 7 years, right? Green Day, Rolling Stones, all these different 30, 40 years of music and albums and music. They were like in hot, burned bright for 7 years and then gone.
And what you have to look at as well is what the worldwide music scene looked like when they started. You have to look at like how quickly they accelerated and the kind of mental stuff they did. I think Will was like, "Oh, I am the walrus," and I was like, "Oh my god!" But do you not understand how significant doing that is? Like that kind of insanity. Cuckoo. I mean, that kind of insanity whilst also making a really, really excellent song at the time that they did it. Like there was nothing before that. I mean, rock and roll. Yeah. But like imagine just.
All right, I got you going.
Just imagine if the Beatles hadn't existed, what music would look like nowadays.
Did you say imagine?
That's John Lennon.
By the way, I was just watching, this is topical. If you haven't seen a movie called with John C. Reilly called Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox Story, please do. It's kind of a mockumentary of it's a spinoff on the Johnny Cash biopic they did with Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, Walk the Line.
Yes, and kind of similar to the one with the one they did on
give me that
with What'd you say? I kind of didn't hear you.
I said Wacky in the Line.
Very nice. Anyway, but it's a complete mockery of those type of movies where like he's a young up and coming, young nobody who gets his break and blah blah blah, whatever. But there's and it takes him to the 50s, 60s, 70s. And of course in the 60s he jets off as he's in rehab for the third time. He jets off to India to do PCP with the Beatles in this tent in the middle of the desert. But the Beatles are played by like Paul Rudd and Jack Black. And anyway, it's a hilarious scene. And the movie itself is hilarious. I just rewatched it again the other night. So, and Jack White, who I love, makes a cameo in it.
Have you watched the Beatles? I can't remember what it's called. It's on Apple TV, I think, or maybe it's on Disney.
I have not.
Oh, good.
It's multi-parts, right?
I'm so glad they've got so many recordings of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That concludes the Beatles portion.
If you want to comment, tell me your favorite Beatles song, and I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Wait, what? If they tell you, tell me your favorite Beatles song, I'll tell you why you're wrong. Okay. For the women at World's Toughest Mudder, Carlo's opinion, Dark Horse, someone people. Nikki Caramba. She's going to be there though, defending her title. Both defending champions are going to be there. I love that.
That's super cool.
There is a young woman out of Durango, Colorado. She's up there with like the DJ Foxes of the world, like running around the mountains with her dog. Yeah. Actually, that describes a lot of the women in the community, especially in the elite community. Her name is Kelly Glynn. Do you know Kelly? Yeah. I think her Instagram is like KJ Bean or something. It's hilarious. She is this adorable little human being, super sweet, has this great dog. But people forget, she did like 80 miles at World's Toughest Mudder in 2021. She had like 60 in like 2022, but then I think the cold got her. Yeah, Kelly Glynn.
Followed me on Instagram and I didn't accept, and I accepted and followed her back.
There you go. I predict that she will be on the podium. I don't know how well she is with the cold weather. I think if it's really cold, that might get to her, but because it got to her in 2022.
England's pretty known for the weather switching during the day. Yeah. We don't know, but we have had a prolonged period of hot weather. I mean,
that's what concerns me.
It's 10:30 at night. I'm sweating. It's hot. It says 17 degrees Celsius, which actually is really hot for 10:30 at night. I mean, it does get cold once the sun goes, but let's have a look. It's 10:30 at night.
Oh no! I just looked at
it's 82% humidity right here.
82% humidity? I don't like that. I don't like humidity at all.
Yeah, it's pretty sticky, to be honest.
Well, humidity when it's hot is when it's miserable. That's Florida all the time, right?
Yeah, I actually don't.
You're just like, ugh. You just step outside. If you have glasses on, they fog up.
Yeah, but here the humidity does make you feel a bit sticky too.
All right. It is 89 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and I have to go run a couple miles before work. Not bad, though. What's wrong? Is your nose red?
A little bit. For the women.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know.
Someone besides Kelly Glynn who's going to be on the podium. Come on, Kelly, I believe in you.
I don't know enough about who's going to be there, and it makes me uncomfortable to answer a question without enough.
No, you know what? Honestly, if I didn't have Kelly Glynn in my pocket, like as an answer, I probably wouldn't have asked this question. So it's kind of a bit of a setup.
I know Grant's going to be there.
Yes, and he's going to do well.
Yes, and he's going to do well.
Yeah, I believe in Grant. You can pick Kelly Glynn too.
Whale behind you, Grant.
If a whale was behind me, I'd swim faster.
Can you swim?
I can survive, yes. So in a pool, can I splash around? In a lake, can I splash around? Yes. I had to do some lap swimming once for a little fun competition I did with some friends, and I realized I'm not a good I don't know how to lap swim. Like
with grandparents, you came from the coast.
I was like, I was trouble. But yes, I could not drown.
Thoughts on things. Thoughts on things.
Thoughts on things. Yes, then we'll get out of here because I actually have things to do. Not that you don't. Well, here you go. Restate what you said earlier. Fran, what are you most looking forward to about World's Toughest Mudder 2025?
You already asked me this question.
No, I didn't. You just answered it without a question. It's not my fault that you. Do you have one?
Yeah.
We can do your
Being there.
question.
Just being there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably 2 a.m. When the
Yeah. That's
silliness
good.
is sillinessing. And um people that I am normally very serious and work like with are just sitting at a table and I dance past them and get very ridiculous and remind them I'm not a grown up and where I carry you on my back and where
That
the race has started already and we're probably freezing cold and all of that.
Yes. I just saw I mentioned this in our group chat, but I the other night at work, I just in the background while I was working, I put on just a random block of our coverage from last year. And it happened to be the part where you and I did those challenges. And if you guys don't know Will Hicks very well, he's a really he's actually a very funny guy. He's
The funny guy, and he found this description of him funny, so we're allowed to use it. Dustin described him as the human in a Muppet movie.
he is the human around the OCR report people in particular. He is the human in the Muppet movie because when he's broadcasting, he's the most professional one. He tries to keep everything.
Hey,
No, no, you have a little. You have the more element of fun. You're a little more like pew pew pew, right? We're trying to keep it. I'm not saying you're unprofessional, Fran. Don't make it say that. That's not what I said. You do have fun. You have
you
great
think
fun.
I'm fun?
You think you're totally fun. I can show you the videos of us having fun. That's what I'm getting at. But the fun is you and I coming back from doing the challenges where we stink like brine from doing that pickle challenge.
How you ate that pickle so fast, I don't know.
And the look of just sheer, not disappointment, but just like Will has that fatherly, like, look as we as we come back. Because like you're giving me a piggyback ride at that point, and I think I'm like pointing off like to do, and it's just that's the kind of stuff I'm looking forward to. You know what? Even though it sucks for the athletes and it sucks for us doing coverage, I would love a little bit of inclement weather. If we got some rain, I wouldn't be totally upset. I say that now, but I'm going to regret it because it's not fun
I don't
to.
want it to be too easy, do we? The tricky weather makes it more of a race.
I want the UK to show up and be like, "Hey, this is what it's like here."
I'm going to be on
Oh,
the
it's hot. No, it's not.
dry robe with me, so I'm fine.
My dry robe. I realized I couldn't find my dry robe, and I realized it's in Phoenix, Arizona,
Why?
because when I was packing up from one of the last worlds, maybe 2 years ago, when I think it was in Atmore, Alabama, maybe I didn't have the room to bring it home, and so
But you
my
wear it
friend
all the time.
my friend Cassie brought it back home with her. Oh
Where
no,
in
she took it home from Laughlin, Nevada. I haven't had it in 4 years. I know, but you know what? That makes sense on a short flight. That'd be weird on a 10-hour transatlantic flight. But
I've done that every year.
well, you know what? You and I are different people, Fran. We're just two good friends doing so much things together. Is that the real? I don't know any of the words to that song, but I think it goes something like that.
I don't even know what song it is.
I don't know. So,
This was a
what
pointless.
am I? It is not a pointless episode. We're hitting every metric that I had for this show. I just set the metrics very low.
Yeah, low bar, low bar. The bar is
I said metric system because, UK.
we use the imperial system.
Yeah. So did the stormtroopers. Look where I got them.
A very
Bum, 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 ba-da. Okay. This has been episode 13. 13. Fran, the next time I see you, well, that's every case. Fran, in less than a week's time, you and I will be reunited in person with all of our friends from the OCR report. We're going to be there with Mike.
Jack.
We're going to be there with Caitlin. We're going to be there with Jack. We're going to be there with Jason. We're going to be there with Will. We're going to be there with Piper, although she's running, I think, right? Or is she helping us?
everything.
I think she's rabbiting. I don't know. She's great, though. We're going to be there with Will Chung, who you did a podcast with Mike Stefano just recently, which was really good. I listened to it last night. Who? And Dustin. Yeah. And Dustin, but I'm just, is she doing, oh, is she going to, awesome. There you go. Perfect. All right. Well, Fran, as erratic as it was, this was fun.
Bye.
Let's do some semblance of this again in a week or two.
Sure.
When World's Toughest Mudder will be a history, and we'll have so much to talk about, unlike this episode where we had nothing.
Oh my God, how are we going to fit in an episode in person? Maybe we'll have to do it at the airport.
Maybe.
Because we're going to get home from World's Toughest Mudder, have to wash our clothes and pack a bag to leave for the airport the next morning.
Yeah, absolutely right. Chris Rogloski. I just wanted to say that name so it would pop up.
Rogloski, she better be there.
That's right. She's feeling better now. She had a rough World Championship High Rocks individual event, but that's okay. Live to fight another day.
All right.
Fran, I will see you soon.
See you soon, buddy.
Okay, bye.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw today, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell. Also, leave us a comment and throw down a bunch of fire emojis and let us know how fire you think this video was. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.